These are the built-in data types in Python, and these are the fundamental data types. So fundamental data types are the more important because we can create some other types from it. So text comes under the string type. Numeric contains the integer, float and complex value. Then sequence type includes list, tuple and range. The mapping type contains the dictionary, and set type contains has the set and frozen set. Boolean are simply true and false. See, boolean is only one type. Then binary values. So binary type we haven't gone through yet, but later on we will explore the binary one. After this, let's see the data type mutability versus immutability. This table will explain everything. All fundamental data types are immutable. That is, once we create any object with the help of this, we cannot perform any changes on that object. If we are trying to modify them, then there will be a error, or might be it will create a new object. So depending on situation, it will take that decision. Now here, after this, a non-changeable behavior is called mutability. So in Python, it is referred as the value that cannot change is immutable, and the value that can be changeable is a mutable values. So this table, and we already gone through all these examples related to the type, simple examples, and you are familiar now. So mutability and mutability is very simple concept to understand, and if you try to perform any modifications on them, so let's better to go for its example directly. So let's create any value. A is equals to 10 and B is equals to 20. Now this time let's check the ID of A and ID of B. So these are the addresses. If I say A is equals to 30, then what will happen? It will create a new object. See, before this the ID of A is this one, and now when we say A is equals to 30, it is different. So this time the new object is get created. So this is called mutability versus immutability. Because when for example in our program, if any program section or function or method using this A as 10 value, and if we are trying to access A, trying to create A is equals to 30, and any function needs the previous or old value, so in that case this will create an error. So this is how the completely mutability and immutability concept works. So here let's see another examples related to this. Let's say p1 equals to true, and check the ID of b1, and let's say b1 is equals to this time false. Not even only false, we can even take another value, and if we check the ID of this b1, now this time it will be different. So this is how the values are getting changed and new object is get created. But let's see the multiple assignment that we learned before this. So one more way is there, like this a comma b comma c is equals to 10 comma 20 comma 30. So this is valid one. But here let's see if we try to assign values in another form. So another form is nothing but like a is equals to b is equals to c is equals to d equals to 100. So this is also possible. A, B, C, D all having 100. But check the ID carefully. A, ID of B, ID of C, ID of D. All are having similar value. It means all ABCD variable represents to same memory address, which is having value 100. So this is how it works. So if we say this time A is equals to 500, and if we check the ID of this A, this time it will be different. And if you check the id of the C or id of D, still they are pointing to same value. So I think this is clear about the what we can say immutable and mutable data types.